for experts. One, two. There's a few slightly different exercises on here deal with what we do with Steve. Excellent. I'm just going to bring the legs back together. It's a bit of a shake if you need to. And this exercise is just about learning to stay in your feet, which is really important when you're doing Tai Chi, any martial art to be honest. And we call it the Charlie Chaplin pose. Middle finger by the seam of your trousers and your pelvis tucked under. I did this yesterday. Okay, all I'm doing is just sinking slightly down my legs, not too far, and then I'm pushing up. As I push up, I'm pushing into my feet. So I'm staying connected to the ground. I'm breathing in and then out. Breathing in and then slowly out. It's just like my crown chakra is being pulled up from there, and I'm still pushing into the ground with my feet. Breathing in and then out. In and out. A lot of people like this. I mean, some people, you'll get exercises that you'll enjoy more than others. Yeah, but this is quite deep, this exercise, on different levels. So I'm feeling hips softening, knees, ankles. I'm working through my ankles, my knees, my hips. I'm pushing up from my head. And down and then excellent. So the second one of these exercises is going back to hip distance apart to the feet, toes pointing forward. Starting from the neutral stance, again I'm softening into my legs, softening my hips, knees and ankles. From here, I'm going to push up through my legs again. I'm coming up, softening the hands. And this time as I come down, I'm going to take the weight to my right leg. Just turn it away slightly. One hand here, and one hand just goes to the back of my space, my back. And when you're good at this, don't worry about it if you can't do it. But you should be fully weighted in your right leg. And as I come up, and it's making sure your head's aligned with your hip, knee and ankle as well. So don't let the knees fold in. These are all what we call Qigong exercises. There were some really good comments yesterday about giving people a different hobby, if you like, to practice, which is really good. It's what it's all about, really. Some of you might not have even thought of trying Tai Chi and thought, oh, I like that. Again, the last one of these exercises is this time I'm coming up with my hand like this, no hand and shoulder height, it's nice and soft. But this hand, what we call the logo point, points to the floor. And I'm weighted in my left leg, so the same hand that's pointed to the floor, I'm weighted in. Both pointed to the floor, but the lower one then. Okay. And as I swap the hands, I'm slowly shifting. It's just like a puppet on a string, if you like. This hand's being floated up by helium balloons. And again, once you're fully weighted in this leg, you should be able to move this leg off. I wasn't quite connecting to that leg then. And, we're all learning, guys, okay? I mean, I get a lot of students. I've got quite a big following coming to my Tai Chi classes now.
Digger Barnes has joined.
Hello, Digger. How are you? And yeah, and people think I'm really good at Tai Chi. I go and see my instructor in Kent with Dale, who's on there or was on there, and I feel like I haven't a clue what I'm doing. And she knows this. He knows that feeling. Instead, I get. When I go to Kent, it's like after an hour, I don't know, that's overwhelming, over confused. But if you're not confused, then you're not learning, guys. A lot of people get really frustrated because they get confused, like Bryony does. But that's where you want to be. You're constantly learning when your brain's working things out. Excellent, just give you an experience shake. Yeah, we're just going to cover that repulsor monkey slow, like what we did yesterday, because I'm going to show you a little bit as it's done in movement. But this is done in a stationary position, so I'm going back to horse riding stance, like silk wheeling. got one hand here, upper yin, you remember yesterday's and the day before. Okay, and this hand is down to start with, so it's yang. If your palms are out, it's yang, palms facing you, it's yin. Okay, and remember you're turning from the body. Okay, and I'll just turn this round. But it's not, it stays there, sorry. Big apologies for that. It turns in a minute. And I'm turning the body. And then I'll turn it round. So it's the body that's moving and your arms are trying to stay as stationary as you can. In the form, this is done as a movement. It's a good exercise to do just to get that feeling of moving at the core and not moving your arms too much. Great, I can't even say the word, but a great metaphor, if you like, is pushing a car. Analogy. Can you say it, boy?
Analogy.
Analogy. It's like you're pushing a car. You wouldn't really, if you're pushing a car, you wouldn't really push with your hands and expect it to move. You push with your whole body and your legs. This is the same sort of thing. Definitely we do grasshopper's tail. So when if you do this martial arts and self-defense, you're not just punching with your arm, you're punching with your whole body. As I often say, all 9, 10 stone of me. That's the next 4 stone after that. That's it, excellent. Well done, guys. If you're all joining in, even if you're in the sun, you've got Wi-Fi in the garden. Excellent, and bring it together. Okay, so we're just going to cover briefly the form so far, what we were doing, and then we'll just do a little bit of snippet. Okay, I'm not doing the whole form, I haven't got the room for a start, but I'm just showing you little bits of it. So if you do come to the classes, or if you want to take it up another time, you're planting the seeds in your head, and you'll be able to connect it together a little bit better. Okay, so the start of the form, remember it starts with your hips just apart from the neutral stance. Pelvis slightly tucked under, chin tucked in, head being pulled up to the crown chakra, it's being pulled up to the heavens, which lifts the spirit. Okay, and if you think about that, just that metaphor in itself lifts the spirit. If you sit like this, you're going to feel gloom and doom. Okay, and I've got 3 rules, which is from Steve, my instructor, which I teach the kids and the adults really. Stand tall, breathe deep, and focus your mind, guys. Okay, and that's just what this is why I also call this the prep. I talk a lot, don't I, when I'm doing Tai Chi. This is the prep mode. So I'm thinking about standing tall, just being pulled, breathing deep, and then focusing before you do anything. And then from there, I'm raising the hands. It's called raise hands. Softening the chest at the same time. Whole body moves, and I'm coming back down to lower yang. And from here, we chop into the left. I often say in class, circling your hands to the left because it's easier to work out. So I'm going towards the left, but it's the body. If you watch the body's moving first, think about chopping somebody in their throat with that. Except I'm not a violent person. Okay. From here, I'm going to shift the whole weight to my left leg at the same time as bringing my left arm down, softening all myself here on my chest. So I'm coming down with that hand. And I'm taking the weight to my right leg. As I step forward, but as I'm not in this position now, I'm just making sure that my head's aligned with my knee, ankle and foot. So I'm from there, so this leg is nice and loose. Then I'm going to step forward, this hand comes up, this hand comes down. Excellent. Okay, so this is what we call single walled off. Okay, rule of thumb, the thumb's in line with the nose. And then when I'm on video, in a bit of a habit of not doing that because I'm trying to look at the video at the same time. I'm not even sure why. Making sure I'm probably in the video. Okay. From there, you shift the whole weight to your front leg. Just pretend you've got like something on top of your head and you try not to get it off. So your head moves with your body. And if you notice, I'm curling my foot in slightly, and now I'm going to turn my right foot so my heel goes towards the east. Okay, remember that in the compass we're talking about? Okay, and then I'll bring my right hand up, and this hand comes here. But I've got to move that back foot so my hips are square. Okay, so this is yin, this is yang. Okay, and from there, turn the body, and you just swap the hands over. Coming back,
Ian's just joined and the dogs are going to bark.
And then push in. Use the dogs, Declan's coming in. Press in. Split. Hello Ian, by the way. I hope you're working at home. Let's hope Deck doesn't sway too much when he comes into the house. Excellent. I'll run through that again because I was talking a lot. Okay, so from here, down, and up, and press it down. So you chop to the left. This is called holding the ball if you like, but instead of doing it like this, we're just having that palm down. Take the weight to your right. And shift the weight all the way to the front and turn. Bring that right hand up. Roll back. Keeping that shape. See, it's the body that moves, not the hands. And then up and press. So when I press, I squeeze that stomach, chest and everything together. So I'm trying not to collapse with the arms. I'll go over that in a minute. We split, take back and push. Excellent. Then with Tai Chi, my instructor always says, which comes from the what we call the Tai Chi Classics, I think, is that there's no collapses, no protrusions. So when my arms collapsed like this, and you see the crease in your elbow, that's a collapse. When it's open and it's straight, that's a protrusion. So we try not to do that at all in Tai Chi. You're trying to keep what I call the 70% rule. So your hands about 70% out, not 100, but bring it back to about 70. So when I'm rolling back, or when I'm pushing, you notice from here, the arms, it's the body. I sit my hands back on my wrist and push through the body. I don't collapse all the time. Okay, we run through that once more, and we just do a little bit go back to repulsor monkey, and I'll show you a little bit of the next bit. Okay, from here, sinking down, all them checklists, that checkpoints, and pushing up. Coming down. Circle your hand to the left.
Sophie's joined.
Hello Sophie, we're all here today. And then I'm dropping my left hand. Take the weight to your right foot. Coming out. Take the whole weight to your front leg. Turn to the east. Ward off, but don't forget to square that back leg up so your hips are level. From here, roll back and press. So it's just about 2 inches away from your wrist. And what we tell you, both hands are active. I'm not just resting it, I'm actually pressing with my heel up. And I turn the waist and I split and I push. Okay, we just move on to the next bit from here. So you know when we chopped to the left a moment ago, and we circled our hand to the left, this is chopping to the left as well. But remember, you're trying to connect your whole body together. So what I'm actually doing is turning on the heel, but it all comes together. It doesn't turn and then arms. So it's like I'm connected from my head down to my feet. And I turn on that foot. So now I've got actually pigeon toes, my feet are together. Okay? And I'm chopping, just pretend you're striking. And at the same time I'm taking the weight back now, so I'm going back to my right leg. Okay, and this is called single whip. Okay, so I've just chopped to the left, chopped to the right. Fully weighted on my right leg, and now it's like 4 fingers and a thumb all touching. And we'll use the body, but I'm just showing you the hands first. And then you look at your left hand, bring your left leg in and just step towards the rest. To there. We'll cover this in a little bit more detail from there to there. Okay, so that hand is single whip. This hand is yang. It comes out and then hits like this. Okay, so we cover that a little bit. If you go into right leg in front and you just pushed. Okay, and then turn on your right leg. Take the weight back to your right leg. So chop to the right. Single whip, I'm just moving around the camera. Single whip, so it's just like I'm grabbing somebody's wrist, if you like. Looking at your left palm. Bring your left leg in and then out. Quite hard to do on the camera. 1, 2. And make sure your shoulders down. You notice there's another rule in Tai Chi. Elbows always sink to the floor. If your elbows up, what happens to your shoulder? It comes out of its socket. So the whole thing is a point of Tai Chi to connect your body in the correct way. Okay? I don't want it pointing like this because now that's a collapse elbow and I haven't got that fist distance underneath here. So it's out, just like that. So just be aware of that. A lot of people will straighten their arm as well. Too straight. Just bring it back. If I straighten my arm, look what happens to my shoulder again. So it's connecting. That's what Tai Chi is all about. Maybe cover that again. Then we're just looking to a little bit of repulsive monkey. 1. Turn. Take the weight to your right. Single whip. Look at your left palm. In. And then out. And notice your back's nice and straight. This is what we call bow stance. A bit like fighting stance in Kung Fu. From there. And it's 70% on your front leg, I think. So I think I'm being watched by experts. Pretty sure it is. Okay, excellent. Good, good, good.